there's this Twitter leak from a guy named Andrew Marmo. I don't know who this is. Oh, he's freelance video game news reporter. Okay. Oh, I guess these images might have been taken down because when you click on them, it says media not displayed.
I'm trying to find it again.
They got copyright claimed.
Interesting. So I'm sure it's somewhere. But but it's funny. They took the copyright claim down onto the thumbnail so you can still see it. And for people that need a description, it's basically like a stage select or a character select screen that looks like from Suicide Squad. It's got all the debug data all over it. It's obviously real. I have to be honest with you. And Chris, I want to throw it to you. I don't know what people are so upset about. Like, what are we talking about here specifically? Why are people so upset about this image?
It's just this design philosophy that's kind of, and we talk about the death of good UI a lot on this podcast and others. I know I tweet about it kind of often, and it's just this notion that every menu needs everything on screen at the same exact time, and everything needs some weird arbitrary style to it that just like I forget exact. I wish I had the image saved so I could point directly to the things about it that I hate.
I'll find it. Keep going.
But it's just this Fortnite, Apex Legends, like here are all the main characters on your mission select screen because we need to show you your characters on the UI as often as possible, so that you are tricked into thinking that your investment in a $20 skin is going to drastically improve your experience because you're forced to look at the same characters over and over again. And just this unnecessary amount of screen real estate that 3D character models of your fucking squad take up for no fucking reason. This is a menu. This is a character. It's not even a character select screen. It's just the chapter select screen. There's it says chapter select, matchmaking, and then up at the top, it's got all these different tabs. So there's like two different like scrolling languages going on. It just reminds me of
I put a picture in the chat, by the way.
Just saying. Yeah. Wait, in
the chat here on Zen, do you see it?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't show for me either.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll put it
anyway.
That's so strange. I'll put it in Discord, but
I remember just looking at it and just thinking like this looks like everything. This looks like everything I have seen in the last like 5 years. It looks like that Anthem Next preview that they did. It looks like Destiny. It just looks like all these other games. And I'm just like, this is a single player. Well, not single player, but like it is a story driven, narrative game with multiplayer elements. Why does the UI need to be this noisy? Why does it need to be this cluttered? Why do the characters need to be there at all? It's like in God of War when you're like doing the customization and Kratos is just taking up 50% of the screen. It's like, what? This is such an unnecessary use of screen real estate. I just don't get it. And I'm sick of bad UI. I think I'm getting to the point where like I've reached my maximum tolerance for just this ugly aesthetic. There's no presence. There's no style. I mean, you think of like even just games like Persona and how like stylistic their UIs are, but they're still like very functional. And just like all of this function is going out the window in favor of just this generic, like, look at your character because we need to show you your character because you're going to buy skins and we need to trick you into thinking they have value. There's no real aesthetic language to it at all other than just this basic kind of mobile game standard kind of tabs at the top, list at the side. I personally hate it. I think people are just, I don't think this is particularly bad. I don't think it's like the worst UI I've ever seen. It's just the latest example of something that just really just isn't good. And I think it's just a matter of, I don't think this is a straw that broke the camel's back. I don't think that's like a perfect analogy or like a perfect idiom for this, but it is just it's just like, oh my God, another one of these that looks like this. God damn. Can we catch a break? I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I want to hear what you have to say about this, Dustin, because I'm kind of perplexed. I mean, I'm looking at it now. First of all, Captain Boomerang is awesome.
Looks like Gotham Knights also.
Yeah, it does look. Hopefully, we're hoping we run at 60 frames. I understand people are upset about the Battle Pass situation, but I look at this and I'm like, this looks fine to me. I mean, I guess I'm thinking about, like, we just played God of War Ragnarok. This looks 10 times better than God of War Ragnarok's menus, in my opinion. Like, literally enormously stronger than that game's menus, that language that game used, in my opinion. What do you think about this? I feel like I'm just missing something here. Yeah.
So my issues are totally different than Chris's, but I think Chris's are valid as well. But my thing is that if you look at the top of the screen under where it has the list where it has like your loadout and stuff like that, it looks like there are 6 different currencies. If I'm looking at this correctly.
Yeah, you're right.
6 different currencies. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's something else.
There's no central bank in the world of the Justice League.
Apparently.
Yeah.
And my second issue is where at the bottom, over each character's name, there's a 25, a 12, 25, 12, 26, 12. I don't know if this is some kind of a leveling RPG system or something like that. And I will remain firm that the gameplay we saw of this game looked fantastic, looked really, really good.
Yeah.
But I have to apply the same criticism that I did pre-release of Gotham Knights to this game, in that I don't need this game to have RPG elements and stats in it. I would have much preferred something that was a little more streamlined. But I think that's where a lot of people's problems with this going into it is that there's so many of these half live service games that are they're like kind of live service and kind of not. And they definitely tend to mimic their worst aspects, whether it be the leveling or like having 6 different currencies or the battle pass, like whatever. Honestly, I don't give a fuck if this game has a battle pass or not. If it's cosmetic shit in there, if you want to buy it, whatever. That doesn't bother me. It's the stuff in this screenshot that could potentially affect the way the game plays and progresses that does concern me. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm still open-minded. And like I said, the gameplay we saw, very, very good. It doesn't change that, but I'm definitely feeling more concerned after seeing this.
Yeah, it's interesting. We have a situation here where I think the 3 of us all just look at it a little bit differently. Like, I don't see anything wrong with this. I really just don't. Like, I looked at this and I'm like, what am I stared at it for several minutes. I'm like, what are we complaining about? I understand Chris's argument, but that didn't read to me at first. And then I saw people complaining about the battle pass. I'm like, just don't buy it. I don't know. By the way, and again, I know this comes off as a little bit corporate apologist, which is certainly not the vibe of our show, but better get used to this shit, man. I'm telling you guys right now.
Yeah.
That how many times have I told you you're not going to like some of the things that PlayStation's going to do in the future? Like, they're not saying much because it might not be as exciting as you think. I'm sure there's a lot of exciting things in there, but developers are going to figure out ways to extract money from you. There's just no doubt about it. And it's actually more imperative than ever as the game costs go up and all of the rest. So I'm not super surprised to see them kind of nickel and diming here.